There comes a point in every man's life when the body begins to change, not suddenly, not dramatically, but quietly. After 50, you start noticing differences. Your energy shifts, your recovery slows, and yes, your sexual health begins to follow a different rhythm. Now let's address something that most people avoid talking about, but many experience: masturbation. If you're over 50 and still masturbating, this is not something to feel ashamed of. It's natural, it's human. But what truly matters, is how it affects your body, your mind, and your overall health at this stage of life. Because after 50, your body is no longer the same machine it was at 20 or 30. Hormones like testosterone begin to decline. Blood circulation may not be as strong. Your prostate health becomes more important than ever, and your nervous system becomes more sensitive to habits, both good and bad. So the real question is not whether you do it. The real question is, are you doing it in a way that supports your health or slowly drains it? Many men fall into patterns of frequent stimulation without realizing the impact. Excessive habits can lead to fatigue, reduced motivation, and even a decrease in natural sensitivity over time. Some men report feeling mentally foggy, less driven, or emotionally disconnected. But here's the truth most people won't tell you: moderation is key. Awareness is power. In fact, when practiced mindfully and not excessively, masturbation may actually support prostate health by helping to clear fluids and reduce pressure buildup. It can also relieve stress and improve sleep in some individuals. But there is a line, and crossing that line can create problems. If it becomes a daily escape, a replacement for real connection, or something you rely on for emotional comfort, then it's no longer just a physical act. It becomes a habit that controls you. And at this stage in life, control over your habits is everything. After 50, your focus should shift towards strength, vitality, and longevity. That means protecting your testosterone levels, improving blood circulation, staying physically active, maintaining a healthy diet, and building meaningful relationships. Sexual health is not just about pleasure, it's about confidence, energy, and overall well-being. So instead of asking, is this good or bad? Ask yourself, do I feel stronger or weaker after this? Is this helping my energy or draining it? Am I in control, or is this controlling me? Because a strong man is not defined by what he does in private, but by the discipline he carries in his daily life. If you're over 50, this is your time to take control, not just of your body, but of your habits, your mindset, and your future. Respect your body, understand your limits, and most importantly, make choices that build you up, not slowly break you down. Because the goal is not just to live longer, the goal is to live stronger. If you want, I can also create SEO description plus timestamps, viral thumbnail, text, hashtags, and keywords. Mindful moderation is about developing awareness and control over your habits rather than being driven by impulse or routine. As men move past the age of 50, the body and mind require a different level of care, and what once had little impact can now influence energy levels, mental clarity, and overall well-being in more noticeable ways. This is where mindful moderation becomes essential, not as a restriction, but as a form of self-respect and intelligent living. It begins with understanding that every action has a consequence, even those that feel harmless in the moment. The key is not to eliminate natural behaviors, but to bring consciousness into them, to recognize patterns, and to make choices that align with long-term health rather than short-term satisfaction. With age, the body becomes more sensitive to repetition and excess. What might have once felt like a quick release can gradually turn into a habit that affects motivation, focus, and even emotional stability. Mindful moderation encourages you to pause and ask yourself why you are engaging in a certain behavior. Is it out of genuine need? Or is it simply a response to boredom, stress, or loneliness? This level of reflection creates a gap between impulse and action, giving you the power to decide rather than react automatically. Over time, this awareness strengthens discipline, which is one of the most valuable traits a man can develop as he ages. Another important aspect of mindful moderation is recognizing the connection between physical actions and mental states. When habits are repeated too frequently, they can alter how the brain responds to stimulation, often reducing sensitivity and increasing the need for more frequent engagement to achieve the same level of satisfaction. This can create a cycle that is difficult to break, where the mind begins to seek comfort in repetition rather than fulfillment in real-life experiences. By practicing moderation, you allow your mind and body to reset, maintaining a natural balance that supports both physical health and emotional well-being. Mindful moderation also helps preserve energy, which becomes increasingly valuable after 50. Energy is no longer something that feels unlimited, and how you use it directly impacts your quality of life. When habits are excessive, they can leave you feeling drained, less motivated, and disconnected from your goals. On the other hand, when you practice control and intention, you begin to notice a difference in how you feel throughout the day. You may feel more focused, more confident, and more in control of your actions. This sense of control extends beyond one area of life and starts to influence other habits, creating a positive ripple effect. It is also important to consider the role of emotional health in mindful moderation. Many habits are not purely physical, but are tied to emotional states. Stress, anxiety, and loneliness can all influence behavior, making it easy to fall into patterns that provide temporary relief but do not address the root cause. Mindful moderation encourages you to become more aware of these emotional triggers and to find healthier ways to cope with them. This might include physical activity, social interaction, or simply taking time to reflect and understand your feelings. By addressing the emotional aspect, you reduce the likelihood of relying on repetitive habits as a form of escape. Consistency plays a crucial role in developing mindful moderation. It is not about being perfect or rigid, but about making small, conscious choices every day. Over time, these choices build a stronger sense of self-control and awareness. You begin to trust yourself more, knowing that you are capable of managing your impulses and making decisions that support your well-being. This trust is empowering and can significantly improve your confidence and overall outlook on life. Mindful moderation is ultimately about balance. It is about understanding that you can enjoy natural aspects of life without allowing them to dominate your thoughts or control your behavior. It is about creating a lifestyle where your actions are guided by intention rather than habit, and where your focus is on maintaining strength, vitality, and clarity as you age. By practicing this approach, you not only protect your physical health, but also strengthen your mental resilience, allowing you to live with greater purpose and control every single day. Sexual health awareness is about understanding your body, recognizing changes, and making informed decisions that support long-term well-being, especially as you move beyond the age of 50. At this stage of life, many men experience gradual shifts in hormone levels, circulation, and overall physical responsiveness, and these changes can directly influence sexual function and desire. Awareness begins with accepting that these changes are natural and not something to ignore or feel embarrassed about. Instead of avoiding the topic, it becomes important to face it with clarity and responsibility, because what you understand, you can manage, and what you manage, you can improve. As men age, testosterone levels tend to decline, which can affect libido, energy, and mood. This hormonal shift does not mean the end of a healthy sexual life, but it does mean that your body may respond differently than it did in earlier years. Sexual health awareness involves paying attention to these signals rather than dismissing them. For example, changes in performance, stamina, or sensitivity may be indicators of underlying factors such as reduced blood flow, stress, poor sleep, or even early signs of health conditions. Recognizing these signs early allows you to take proactive steps, whether through lifestyle changes, medical consultation, or adjustments in daily habits. Another key part of awareness is understanding the role of the prostate, a gland that becomes increasingly important with age. Prostate health can influence urinary function and sexual performance, and being aware of symptoms such as frequent urination, discomfort, or changes in function can help you seek timely advice. Many men overlook these signs out of discomfort or denial, but awareness encourages you to treat your body with the same level of attention you would give to any other important aspect of your health. Regular checkups and open conversations with healthcare professionals can provide reassurance and early detection of potential issues. Mental and emotional factors also play a significant role in sexual health, and awareness extends beyond the physical body. Stress, anxiety, and self-confidence can all impact performance and satisfaction. As responsibilities and life pressures evolve, it is common for mental strain to influence physical responses. Sexual health awareness means recognizing this connection and taking steps to manage stress effectively. Practices such as exercise, relaxation techniques, and maintaining social connections can help support both mental and sexual well-being. When the mind is at ease, the body often follows. Lifestyle choices are another crucial element. Diet, physical activity, sleep quality, and habits all contribute to how your body functions. Poor nutrition, lack of exercise, and inadequate rest can weaken circulation and reduce energy levels, which in turn affect sexual health. On the other hand, a balanced diet, regular movement, and proper sleep can enhance blood flow, support hormone balance, and improve overall vitality. Awareness means understanding that sexual health is not an isolated aspect of life, but a reflection of your general health and daily routines. It is also important to be aware of how habits and behaviors influence your sensitivity and response over time. Repetitive patterns, especially those driven by impulse rather than intention, can gradually alter how your body reacts to stimulation. This can lead to reduced sensitivity or a reliance on certain patterns to achieve satisfaction. By being aware of these tendencies, you can make adjustments that help maintain a natural and balanced response. This does not require drastic changes, but rather a thoughtful approach that prioritizes quality over frequency and intention over routine. Communication is another vital part of sexual health awareness, particularly for those in relationships. Open and honest discussions with a partner can help build understanding, reduce pressure, and create a more supportive environment. Many issues that seem physical can be influenced by emotional distance or lack of communication, and addressing these aspects can improve both connection and satisfaction. Awareness encourages you to see sexual health as a shared experience rather than an isolated one, where mutual understanding plays a key role. Ultimately, sexual health awareness is about taking responsibility for your body and your choices. It is about staying informed, being attentive to changes, and making decisions that support your long-term vitality. When you develop this level of awareness, you are no longer reacting to problems as they arise, but actively creating a lifestyle that supports strength, confidence, and well-being as you continue to age.